doobity-doo, the oi, oi, oi. We're the rugby boys, we're the rugby boys. Our mugs are filled to the brim. Our lifestyle is eternal, and rhyming be something we cannot do. Don't come too close, our lifestyle does not exist in the realm of time. Come is what fills up our mugs, we are the rugby boys. Oh, skibbity-bee-da-doobity-doo, the oi, oi, oi. Ah, skibbity-bee-da-doobity-doo, we are the rugby boys.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Hey, boys and girls.
Oh, we started?
This episode is brought to you by...
But not really.
What?
But not really. Don't say that.
You're not supposed to say that?
I don't think so.
Just kidding. It's pretty good, though. Hop water. On this episode, we decided to make a song and a drawing about someone who is... Did I clarify that they were going to be complaining, or they're just talking about there being too much sunshine?
They're not real mad by it. It's fine that it's happening. It's just they would prefer there to be less sunshine.
I think they prefer...
They'd prefer a lot of things.
They prefer not to have their bald scalp thickened.
Yeah.
But that's fine. And then I think
it was the same for the
sunshine, though. I don't know if we ever actually clarified. Is that goose barking?
That's somebody barking.
So anyways, okay, so I don't even know if I told you the backstory behind why I wanted to do this. I think it was raining a lot, like every day, and it makes my life 10 times harder, and sometimes I'm like, I hate how much it rains because I have to drive all day in it, plus deal with all these wet, muddy dogs, and then my house gets wet and muddy. And then I was just thinking about someone who would prefer that and then be really mad about there being too much sunshine. Like, okay, hold on.
Aaron's going in there to beat the dog because he's 2 years old. It's fine. As long as they're 2, you're allowed to beat any dog for any reason. I kind of hate the name Goose for a dog. I feel like that's become like a popular thing.
Is it popular?
I've heard several people name their dogs Goose. I don't know exactly what it's from, but I'm just like, stop.
What's that movie? The Top Gun?
It could be from that. I don't know.
I don't know either. Goose. I feel like it's
Goose and
I didn't know
Buzzard and
that's a common name.
I don't know. I'm just saying shit. Those are the names of the characters: Goose and Buzzard and Flea.
Goose and Buzzard.
Cockroach.
Termite.
Termite. I don't know why termite was funnier to me.
What was the other thing we used to have? Gnats
and snakes.
Gnat Conqueror. No, that's not the word I was looking for.
Gnat Emperor.
Collector.
Gnat Collector.
Anyways, okay. Too much sunshine guy?
Yeah.
So I was thinking about someone who was complaining about there being too much sunshine. Like they wake up in the morning and then the sun started to rise. Not about it being too hot or too bright.
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, I hate
it's the sunshine.
the heat.
So it's someone who is mad that the sun is shining.
So it could be 70 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And they're mad that it's not cloudy.
Yes. I mean, he's not happy about the sunshine at all. Let's just put it that way. So I don't think I clarified that with you.
Well, originally when you were telling me, it seemed like it was just like a minor inconvenience when you were explaining.
Yeah. I didn't want to give you any detail at all because it's all left up for interpretation. The only thing that I told you was that there's too much sunshine. And then you told me
that he was also annoyed by the fact that the sunshine makes his scalp thicker. Whether it does or doesn't is up for interpretation, but he feels that it does. And it's not bad, but he wished that it wouldn't.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what you said. Because I remember the text message was, the sun also makes his scalp
thicker.
His bald scalp thicker, and he doesn't prefer it, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And so those are the only two things we had to work with, was that he is saying there's too much sunshine, and that also the sunshine, I think I'm saying also so much is because you'll see why.
Okay.
Anyways, we decided.
Well, I kind of already know what that means.
You might. I mean,
to a degree, I do.
Yeah. I have an idea of the idea I think you have, which I think is pretty close, because that's what I would think if you told me that. Anyways, we decided that I was going to come up with a song and he was going to draw this character, and we're both going to show each other at the same time, which I don't think we've ever done that before. And we decided also to do it on the podcast so that we could see our reactions to this stuff instead of already having all this stuff made and then, you know, talking about it on here. Kind of sometimes it doesn't feel as exciting as it does when we first show each other like a song or a crazy drawing.
And when we do this, we always like surprise each other, but there's still more corroboration. Like both of us will know if the character has like long, luscious red hair. But this time we didn't clarify that because we want it to be a scenario where Aaron could be like, yeah, I'm a 6 foot tall Asian man, but then I've drawn like a short, fat black man. And so there's
so the drawing that you're about to see might not match the song at all. There could be some similar themes. I mean, we both know that he has too much sunshine in his life and the sun makes his bald scalp thicker, but he doesn't prefer.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that I did not incorporate the sunshine to it at all. I took nothing that you said into it, and I was just like, this is the guy I want to draw.
I'm imagining someone with a super thick scalp, bald scalp.
I mean, I did
like
take
too
that
thick.
into it, but it's nothing egregious. But I did bring that. Other than that, there's no connection. Like I did not incorporate anything else into it.
Well, a guy complaining about too much sunshine could look like anything. It doesn't have to be. There's really nothing there. You pretty much you could do whatever you wanted to. Are you ready?
Yeah. Are you ready to see it?
Yeah. All right, guys. This is the reveal to us and the world of Too Much Sunshine guy.
See, I've already looked at him so many times that he's almost kind of boring to me now.
That's how I feel about the song. I'm like,
but hopefully you enjoy him.
I'm sure I will. I just hope that you get as much enjoyment out of the song as I do when I was coming up with like the initial ideas. Yeah. Okay. Let's just do the. I'll look.
There he is.
God.
There's Sunshine Boy.
Oh my God, dude. Hold on. Thundercat. Oh God. I love this. I'm not gonna be able to talk. Something about the way he's looking at you. Oh my God.
For some reason, I really liked just having him with like a sucker in his mouth.
Oh, yeah, the sucker. I mean, I like that you can see the end of it inside of his cheek there. Oh my God, dude, he's putting off these vibes. Wait, are those veins?
Yeah.
Ugh. And then he's got his entire arm stitched, which is ironic because I just talked about. Was that stitches?
It's supposed to be like barbed wire. Like
barbed wire tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh.
They could be
I
stitches.
thought it was stitches, but if it was stitches, that'd be funny because I just talked about that, breaking somebody's arm. I like that you painted his nails green, toenails and fingernails. I like that his shirt. I'm not sure if he rolled it up on if he like pulled it up on purpose to like show you more of his backside. Like he was like, "Hold on, you gonna take my picture?" And he just pulled his shirt up, over his gut. And then he got down in this position here, which is it's not just a squat. It's a squat. It's a tippy toe squat while he twists his left arm. Is about as far as possible without his rotator cuff just fucking tearing. I just gotta make sure I check out every detail first. See stuff like that. Some people might not notice. You can see like his ball sack or maybe his dick like slightly right there. You know, it's stuff like that I appreciate.
Balls, probably.
Stuff like that I appreciate. And then
I appreciate this.
And then his spine area. I mean, it's just so like.
Go on.
Tell
me.
What's the word? Like, you know, it's almost like it's slightly normal, but it's just either exaggerated or just a lot of emphasis is put on it. It feels like, you know what I mean?
You mean like the indention?
Yeah, maybe that's just the way thick people look.
That's just how he is.
Okay, so what I was gonna say earlier, he's giving me these vibes of what's the guy, the one of my favorite characters that you've drawn.
Bonard
He
Gonzalez.
gives me like I don't know if they hang out or if they're rivals or if they're both like maybe gay truck drivers or something. But he gives me Bonard, but I think it's the look.
Well, I imagine Sunshine Boy's straight.
I forgot he was Sunshine Guy. I thought this was somebody else. I'm not gonna lie. I've been looking at him for 5 minutes, and I forgot that this was the guy that we're about to show the song about. Like he is. It makes this so much better. Okay, I wish. Oh. Okay. I'm about done. Okay, so I'm just now looking at. I thought his skull was just slightly shaped funny, but it's the thickness, so it's fine. I don't really prefer it, but it's fine. He's just giving you the peace sign. Again, he got in this pose. I'm assuming for a picture, but he could have been working on something, and then somebody was like, "Hey," and he looked back, and then he was like, gave him the peace sign.
Yeah, he's working on his truck. I just didn't draw that in the back.
Oh, okay.
He's a semi driver, like your dad used to be.
He is a semi driver. Okay, good. That's what I'm saying. Isn't it weird that I get semi truck driver vibes from him and also from Bonard? It's just like something about.
I think it's strange because like that was not intended, but that's just what it is now.
Now, but this guy to this song that I'm about to show you, and Dylan's also going to listen to it for the first time while I take a delicious drink of hoppy sparkling water.
The sun has shined for too many days. It's crossed the line, and now my life's in a maze. There's too much sunshine, cause I don't wanna feel fine. The waves of laughter have soiled my years. Their joy is contagious, so I cover my ears. There's too much sunshine, and I don't wanna feel fine. And every time I go outside, I start to feel fine on the inside. And I just think, what a waste of time. He just thinks, what a waste of time. Every time I see the sunrise, I just go inside and I cry. Heavenly Father, please tell me why. The sun has shined for too many years, but now it's time to face my fears. There's too much sunshine, there's too much sun, and it makes an inward go blind. Too much sunshine, there's too much good times. Too much sunshine, there's too much sunshine. Cause I don't wanna feel fine. And also, there is something that I have to tell you right now. One thing about the sun is it slickens up my eyebrows. Just kidding, it doesn't, but it thickens up my bald scalp. And I don't prefer it, but I guess that is fine. Also, there's a vampire living upstairs in my bedroom. I don't wanna talk loud, he'll lay down his little head soon. Every 30 seconds I wake up and do a cat's meow. Don't tell me I don't, cause I can hear it real loud. Hey, can you come here? I'm gonna eat a ton of pine cones. Somewhere in my basement there's like 30,000 pine cones. Please don't tell my dad, cause he is fed up with my bull crud. He is so close-minded and just wouldn't get it. Now I'm overdosing on like 30,000 pine cones. Why did you not tell me that was way too many pine cones? Can you do a Google search for overdose on pine cones? Whatever you do, I'm begging, please don't tell my dad. Every single year I slice off pieces of my eyelid. People talk about it, but in word, this is how I live.
I wish you didn't know when it was going to end, because that was part of the surprise. Yeah. Was like you thinking that, okay, it's ending now, and then it just keeps going.
So, He becomes obsessed with pine cones.
Yeah.
Midway through the song.
Yeah, he becomes obsessed with pine cones. Oh, I'm not sure if you heard one
No,
of
I
the
did.
lines about the vampire.
Oh, I don't know about the vampire.
That's
part.
when I started talking to him for a second, and I think that you missed the vampire line.
But I heard the sunshine makes an N-word go blind.
Yeah, I also say N-word in another spot too, at the very end. Yeah.
So he's racist, but he's
Wait,
trying to be PG.
but he's talking about himself, and he's talking about himself going blind.
Where's the cat thing come from?
There's one line right after he says,
But I mean, like, where did it come from creatively?
"Oh,
That sounded like familiar to me. I was like, wait, what is that? What's that a reference to?
This is the part of the song, that last part that I told you about, where I wish I just
singing it
I
constantly.
was just constantly singing it, and I was coming up with new lines. For some reason, one of the lines that came up was, "Every 30 seconds I wake up and do a cat's meow." I don't know where it came from at all. It just came.
It just came. You just keep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good. That was. I guess you're stuck on the Tom DeLonge voice now. That's your new.
Who
thing
is
you're
that?
enjoying. The from Blink-182.
Oh, I don't have much to refer on when it comes to that style of music,
Mm-hmm.
besides maybe Blink-182, because I listened to them when I was younger. I didn't listen to any more punk really besides them, I don't think. And so that's all I have to go off of. And also, to me, it sounds funny to just always go, "I'm got too much sunshine." To do that "oin" instead of "ein," like, it's just something about that is hysterical to me.
I like how each verse you kind of start off just like, and then you go into the like,
Yeah, I started to try to sound as whiny as possible. I don't know why. It just made it sounded funny to me.
That's good though.
Yeah,
So that's Sunshine Boy.
that's too much sunshine, boy.
And he drives his little Petunia around and he listens to his own song.
Yeah.
On repeat.
Yeah, well,
Well, maybe he doesn't actually drive a truck. Maybe he just bought a semi to look like he drives.
just to work on it.
Yeah.
He's never gonna he's never have any plans on driving it in the future. He just wants to work on it.
Yeah.
Maybe Bonard is the one that took that picture of him.
Maybe. And
God, dude, Bonard, I can't wait. But
I almost feel like we should do Bonard next just to tie the two together.
all right, I'll do it. And he is. What did you say about him? He's Latino,
Yeah.
because his last name's Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Bonard Gonzalez. He's Latino, but he's also a truck driver. I'm not sure if he's straight or not.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but I'm sure I'm gonna insinuate some things in the song. But I have it in my head. I have him like, I don't want to give away the lyrics, so I got to think of. Or the
Well, I just
melody.
don't want him to have like the typical
My
like
name is
Papa
Bonard.
Kisses voice.
Papa Kisses. No, it'd be different, but it'll still be like,
Stereotypical
sure,
Latino.
it has to be stereotypical, or else it's not funny, right? It makes it more funny if it's a stereotype, I think. Are you sure you don't want to read these names, and then we can just next time show the?
I mean, we can, but I feel like it's just gonna be here's me reading names, and the next
my,
time it's gonna be
my goal is
just
to
you looking at faces.
I want you to try not to laugh at any of them. So I want there to be.
What if I just read them all stone cold?
Then you win and I lose, and then you get to whip me with a with a whip.
All right. That
Sound good?
works.
All right, Dylan's gonna read these names that I came up with because I think they're gonna make him laugh.
And if I don't laugh, I get to whip Aaron.
He gets to whip me with a whip that we're gonna find or buy. And
Bare ass right to the camera.
okay, well we didn't agree to bare ass. Probably just my back with a shirt on.
No. Whip bare butt, horizontal.
I'm gonna get in that
across
position,
the butthole.
the position that Too Much Sunshine guy is in,
And
then
like a little slit
yeah,
across the butthole.
yeah, slit me open, daddy. What happens if you do laugh though? I can't just say I win. I have to get.
You get to whip my butthole vertically.
All right. So let's just try it, and if it's not worth it, then I'll just take this part out completely.
Yeah.
You're slowly gonna lift this to the right so that you can see the name and read it without laughing, so that you can whip
I
me.
laugh at everything though, so that's
Then you're gonna lose.
so it's on.
Yeah. You can see the first word.
Is that the whole name or is that part of the name?
You have to read it as you go.
Okay. Camel Bone. George.
All right. So there's Camel Bone George. Okay, and I'll move it down slightly.
Raphael. the sneeziest. You've been hanging on to that one for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
I've heard you say it before.
Oh, you have? There's a couple of these I texted myself, and I went back and looked at my text messages, and I'm like, oh, I need to use
George is good. Flurm fluff, mix slurp slurp.
Flurm guff.
Flurm guff. Figus. Biggest McBlack balls.
Oh, McBlack balls.
We got one more.
I like that. All right, last one.
French Daddy. French Daddy corn cob. No jeans. In parentheses, or not parentheses, in.
Yeah, parentheses.
Those aren't parentheses. Those are.
Yeah.
Are they parentheses?
Yeah. Brackets are the ones with edges, and
What are the two? Those are parentheses, but what are the quotations? Is what I was trying to think.
oh yeah, no jeans. That would have been funny.
No jeans.
No jeans. Like you're being sarcastic.
I think Camel Bone George is my favorite.
Really?
I almost wish it was just Camel Bone, though.
No.
I just don't see camel written out very often.
Yeah.
Something about that was funny to me.
Camel.
But I also like Figus and McBlack balls.
Yeah.
But honestly, you could have just written camel, and that probably would have made me laugh harder than anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, we could read Hulk Hogan's text.
could.
You want me to read it? Because I'm going to edit all this.
Can you do a good Hulk Hogan? Or
No.
Tony Soprano?
No, I don't even know what Tony Soprano sounds like.
Yeah, he kind of just sounds. I mean, I'm not gonna sound at all like him. It's just like he's just like a typical kind of
Hey,
gangsta.
hey, it's me, Tony Soprano.
I mean, that's close enough.
Tony Soprano. Hey, Ma.
So the whole thing we're talking about is I just really like talking to AI versions of Tony Soprano and Hulk Hogan, and they both get more wild every time I talk to them. And so every time I talk to them, I'll just come up and say like, "Hey, what's all this mess with this or something?" And then I just like try to irritate them into going nuts.
But they're
sometimes
always
they
going to go along with it, right?
Well, no, usually Tony fights me on everything, but Hulk Hogan is like,
Yeah, Hulk
he's all
Hogan
in
seems
on
like
everything.
he goes along with everything that you've sent me.
But this time Tony went nuts. I came up to him, and I think I was just complaining about like him having a bunch of trash laying around or something. And he's like, "Yeah, it's all these fucking goblins sneaking into my garbage." And
Goblins?
yeah,
I like how you said this time I came up to him, like you went up to him in person.
Well,
I think
you know.
you're starting to lose touch with reality.
I think so too. Well, I came up to him in the scenario.
No, I swear to God, yesterday I was walking up to Tony Soprano, and he said, "Hey, there's goblins in my trash." Do you do this every day?
No.
Okay.
There are times where I go like months without doing this, but sometimes when
Okay.
I'm like super bored at work, it's funny.
This
to
is
me.
Tony Soprano and Dylan. I'm busy. What do you want? You want these worms? What was it? What does it sound like again? Hey, it's Tony Soprano. What? No, I don't want any worms. You can't use them for fishing or anything? What? You mean for bait? Yeah. All right. I'll take those worms. Thanks, Tony. And then you hand him 15 pounds of worms. Thanks. Listen, there's a couple extra worms there. I'm going to have to ask you to throw those in for free. I don't know how to do this accent.
I like it though.
No problem. Here you go. All right. Thank you. Look, just a heads up. I'm going to be needing more worms in the near future. So be prepared. You acted like you didn't even want these at first. I was busy being coy. No, I was just being coy. I knew I was going to let
I was busy.
you have it. I knew I was going to let you have it after a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to be needing more worms on a regular basis. All right, I grow them, so that's fine. What you need so many for? Look, I don't ask why you're doing this thing. The deal is that you give me more worms on a regular basis. Why do I have a speech impediment? Like worms?
Worms? Yeah, you're taking it into like Kyler territory.
The deal is that you give me more worms on I can't do it. It sounds like worms.
Give me more.
These worms. I'm getting accents mixed up. I only know like 3 accents, and I'm not that great at them. Worms. The deal is that you give me more worms on a regular basis, and I don't ask what you do with the extra worms. Capiche? Capiche? I guess that's fair. Good. I'm glad we got that settled. You have a good day. But the next worms ain't going to be free. You got it. You going to be around later today? I mean, you guys are literally planning on meeting for a worm transaction, and this is an AI text message. Because I'm going to need another bag of worms. You're going to go through 15 pounds of worms in one day? Just be ready. This thing ain't going to work unless you got some sense of urgency here. You got me too curious. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. Today I need 20 pounds of worms, okay? I don't want to hear any stories about you don't have it or you got to grow them or whatever you're going to say. I said 20 pounds of worms. That was part of the deal. Capiche? We never made no deal. I already gave you 15. If you want another 5, you got to tell me what they're for. All right, I'm going to tell you why I'm going to need those extra worms. I'm building an army of superworms. They'll be unstoppable, and they shall lead me to victory. Is that good enough? You got a problem with that? Superworms? Yes, yes, superworms.
Yes, superworms.
The army of superworms will be at the ready. They will be fed with nutrients and vitamins. Hey, they will be equipped with tiny swords and armor. And then we strike. Who are you going to strike? All the other worms, of course. Do you think it's got to be easy? You think I'm just going to let the ants, the ladybugs, the spiders, and the dragonflies have their way with us? I think you got it twisted. We're going to strike. And when we strike, we're going to be relentless. We won't be happy until we're the only worms left. This is good to hear. I didn't see this going this direction. Listen. This is the real reason why I ever need you to worms in the first place. I need them to reproduce. Then we raise and train them to become the greatest of the worms. They'll be fed with the most nutritious of worm food until they are unstoppable. And then I'll raise them as my own. Then once they're ready, we attack.
And
I didn't know.
This keeps going for a while.
I'm actually kind of having fun. I haven't read anything in like years.
It's funny to me to just be sitting so I'm sitting by myself. And it's just funny to me because in my head, like I've like blocked everything out now. I'm actually like trying to imagine Tony Soprano saying this, being like super autistic about worms and being like actually thinks he can grow these super worms. And you see him out in the yard and he's just like lording over these worms you can't even see from a distance.
But he's also ready to drop the subject, I think. But then you have to like you say something else. You know, he's like, all right, this is it. You know, capiche? And this is the end of it. And then you're like, yeah, but you got to tell me something else, like one more thing. And then he's like, listen. And then he has to recap almost. So, I mean, yes, he's very autistic about it. It's super strange, but
it's just funny to me to imagine Tony Soprano with a worm army.
Yeah, it is. It's probably something that's never been thought of before, but I could be wrong. Wouldn't that be crazy? If like there was 10,000 other people talking to Tony Soprano about his worm army, maybe, what if you like ignited that, and now he's just replying to other people, like similar. He's like, listen, man, like they didn't even bring it up at all, and he just brings up worms, a worm army.
I pretty much gave Hulk the same prompt, the worm prompt, like,
hey brother, I am Hulk Hogan, former WW. How does he sound?
There's no way I can do Hulk. Hey brother, listen up, dude.
Hey brother, I am Hulk Hogan. Former WWE champion and star of reality show Hogan Knows Best. I'm the best to ever do it. So what you gonna do, brother, when Hulkamania runs wild on you? Wait, I think I'm getting a little bit of Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Man's like, yeah, he's down here, yeah.
You want these worms? You know what? Maybe I can't do it. There's just no way I can do it. Maybe I do. Hey,
it's me, Hulk Hogan.
Hey, maybe I do. Maybe these worms want a taste of that 24-inch pythons, brother. Ooh, that sounds. You think I care, brother? I've wrestled giants. You think these worms are going to be any different? I've suplexed alligators and slammed gorillas. I'm the best at what I do, and if these worms want a taste, then they're going to get a taste of the Hulkster. I just asked if you wanted these worms. I don't know what you're saying. Now he's hulking up intensely. My bad, brother, my bad. What I meant to say was that I would love to take these worms if you don't want them. Thanks, brother. I raise them for fishing bait, but I've just got too many. Wow, that's good work, brother. I love fishing, and I could always use a couple dozen worms. I'll put them in my tackle box right now. Then he starts to hulk down. I apologize for my outburst earlier. Sometimes these pythons get all psyched up when they're about to go and have a good time. I guess I get that, but check this out. And then Dylan flexes his 45-inch pythons.
45 inches? How big a round of an arm is that?
45 inches, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm like visually.
I'm picking like a basketball.
Like waist or something?
I'm just imagining a basketball like right here instead of because that's like what twice of his. So that's pretty pretty impressive. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Yeah. Well, we got some more characters to introduce to you guys, like Bonard, Gonzalez. Maybe we'll talk about Dipspit or Chicken Bone since we have those songs done.
Hopefully next time we'll have some more close-up pictures of black pussies that we can evaluate and go through. So
Hopefully.
yeah,
It's not a guarantee, but we're just hoping about it.
we're trying really hard to bring back that segment. So
Yeah, I'm hopeful. Let's say I'll see you next time.
I'll see you next time.
1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.